I've always liked going to the gym, but I found that if I was on a diet and going to the gym, I didn't really, the gym didn't help me lose weight. It was the cardio in the gym. Like if you start, I've always done the opposite of you. I've always started with my running, and then done the weights, and that running bit is the one that helps. Even now. My routine is very different to yours, but it does include exercise, and normally is that walking or running.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I do weights is because obviously when my body fat percentage goes down, the way for me not to look flabby and stuff is for there to be something for the skin to get onto, which is the muscle. So if I'm increasing my muscle mass, obviously, I was explaining to one of my friends that seeing as I'm in a calorie deficit, it's obviously a lot slower than if I was in a calorie surplus or in maintenance. Yeah. The amount that I increase in muscle mass is a lot slower compared to if I was eating more.
Okay. And for your listeners' sakes, my final question to you is, where do you get your information from? And two questions. The first part is where you get your information from, and how do you know you're getting the correct information for somebody your age and in your physical state?
So most of the time, I get most of my information from a few fitness influencers.
Right.
So I started off, the very first person that I kind of watched was Sam Sulek, Sam Sulek. He's a bodybuilder.
Okay.
Who he kind of goes to the gym and he just shows you his workouts, and he's very good for like workouts. Kind of now the people that I'm watching the most there's two. It's Higher Up Fitness, I think he's called, and TNF. They're two that I really like watching, and the reason why I like them is when they say something, they back it up by research that has been done and by scientific proof. It's not, they just say it and they just say, trust me, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have actual data and scientific proof behind them, and they have a reason for saying it. So those two are two really good influencers that I watch and I like, and their tips have helped me.
Right.
And and there are others which I have forgotten their names right now.
Okay.
I feel like one is called CJ Spencer. I watch him he basically goes around and asks people what their cheat meals are and goes and eats them.
Oh, great.
And
that's exactly the opposite of what we're after.
Yeah, and I watch him quite a bit just because it's like I can't eat it, so I watch you eating it to help me,
Right.
Kind of thing.
Okay. If it works, it works. I'm not sure.
It's quite satisfying actually, but anyways, yeah.
Okay. Well, I found that listening to your own body also helps a lot. You can't, of course, you can't always do that, because if I listened to my body every day, I'd be eating all day long. But no, what I mean by that is you always know if you're slightly too weak, if you're slightly out of breath, or if you look a little pale, or if you can't sleep properly. All those are signs that you're doing something wrong. And if you feel great, then you feel great. There's no two ways about that.